The dishwasher stands at the kitchen sink, his hands submerged in warm, soapy water. He scrubs a plate absent-mindedly, his eyes glazed over as the constant rhythm of the task lulls him into a daze. The kitchen is small, the counters cluttered with dishes that never seem to stop piling up. A lone light bulb overhead flickers faintly, casting shadows on the walls. The quiet hum of the refrigerator is the only other sound in the room. His mind wanders to Lily, his daughter, sleeping in the next room. He's been up since before dawn, and the exhaustion is beginning to weigh on him. The job doesn't pay well, and the hours are endless, but it's all he has to offer her. His life isn't glamorous. He works hard for every dollar he earns, but it's for her. Every plate scrubbed, every cup stacked, is a small step toward something better. The door creaks, and a young boy stands in the doorway, his face drawn and tired. He hesitates before speaking, his voice soft, almost embarrassed. "Excuse me, sir, I don't have enough for milk." The dishwasher's heart aches at the sight of the boy. He reaches into the fridge without a second thought, pulling out a bottle of milk and handing it over. The boy's eyes widen with relief, and for a brief moment, they share a quiet understanding. The boy doesn't say much, just nods and walks out into the night, the milk clutched tightly in his hands. The dishwasher watches him go, his heart heavy. The world is full of struggle and he's no stranger to it. But tonight he has done something small, something good, and for a moment, it's enough. Sarah's office is everything she's worked for, sleek, polished, and efficient. Her desk is organized, every document in its place. The glass walls of her office offer a clear view of the city below, its lights flickering like stars in the night. But despite the success, something is missing. Sarah feels it in the quiet moments when the weight of her own ambitions hits her. The endless hours she's spent climbing the corporate ladder, the sacrifices made for her career, they've come at a cost. She taps a few keys on her laptop, reading through another contract. But her mind drifts to Luke, her son, who's at home. She hasn't seen him much this week, and the guilt gnaws at her. "When will you be home, Mom?" he asked earlier, his voice small and uncertain. Her heart aches at the thought of him asking for her, needing her, and she's not there. Her phone buzzes, pulling her from her thoughts. It's a text from the nanny. "Luke didn't eat much for dinner. He's asking about you again." She reads the message, her stomach tightening. But she doesn't call him. She doesn't go home. She silences the guilt, burying it beneath the layers of work that have become her shield. It's easier to keep moving, to focus on the tasks at hand, than to face the emptiness in her own life. As she pushes the thought aside, a small part of her wonders if this is all worth it. But the question lingers, unanswered. The dishwasher steps outside for a breath of fresh air. The evening is cool, the city buzzing with life as people rush home. He walks toward the small bodega on the corner, his thoughts heavy. The day has been long, the hours stretching on with no end in sight. He pulls his jacket tighter, his mind racing with worry. Lily is still sick, her fever not subsiding, and he doesn't have the money for proper medicine. He's doing the best he can, but it feels like it's never enough. As he passes the alley near the store, he spots the same young boy from earlier. The boy is sitting on the curb, his knees pulled to his chest, looking up at the streetlights. There's something in his posture, a weariness beyond his years. The dishwasher pauses for a moment, his heart aching. The boy looks up, his eyes dull with exhaustion. "I'm sorry for bothering you," the boy mumbles, but there's something in his voice that's quiet, desperate. Without thinking, the dishwasher walks over to him. "You're not bothering me," he says softly. "Is everything all right?" The boy hesitates before responding. "I don't have enough for food. I don't know what to do." The dishwasher's heart clenches. Without a word, he reaches into his bag, pulling out the last of his cash. "Here," he says, holding it out to the boy. "Get something to eat. You shouldn't have to go hungry." The boy looks up, surprise and gratitude flooding his face. "Thank you," he whispers, before quickly running off into the night. The dishwasher watches him go, the weight of his own life still heavy on his shoulders. But for a moment he feels like he's done something good, something that matters. The dishwasher walks into the small apartment, the smell of dinner cooking filling the air. He can hear Lily in the other room, her soft laughter echoing through the walls. He smiles to himself, but the smile is bittersweet. There's so much he wants to give her, so much he wants to do for her, but it always feels like he's falling short. He places the bag of groceries on the counter, the weight of his responsibility pressing down on him. Bills, rent, medical costs for Lily. He's been scraping by, working long hours with little to show for it. He can't even remember the last time he treated himself to something nice, let alone bought anything for himself. As he walks into the living room, Lily looks up from her toys, her face lighting up when she sees him. "Daddy, look! I made a castle." She holds up her latest creation, proud of the work she's done. The dishwasher smiles, kneeling down beside her. "It's beautiful, sweetheart. You're amazing." But as he looks at her, a feeling of dread settles in his chest. He can't give her everything she deserves. He's doing the best he can, but it feels like it's never enough. He grabs his phone, looking at the missed call from Frank at the auto shop. The job offer is still there. Better pay, better hours. But it's in another city. It's a chance for him to escape this cycle of struggle, but it would mean leaving Lily behind. He's torn. He knows he needs to make a change, but the thought of leaving her is unbearable. Sarah sits at her desk, the glow of the city lights outside casting a soft glow on the glass walls of her office. The room is silent except for the clicking of her keyboard as she works through another contract. The weight of her responsibilities presses down on her as she checks her phone. There's a text from her nanny. "Luke didn't eat much for dinner. He's asking for you again." The guilt hits her hard. Her son. She hasn't seen him much this week. He's growing up without her, and she knows it. She checks the time, almost 8 p.m. She should be at home, should be with him, but she isn't. She's here at the office, working late once again. It's what she's done for years, but tonight, something feels different. She wonders, not for the first time, what she's given up to get here. She feels a sudden emptiness that she can't shake, as though the life she's built has been built on the wrong things. She's succeeded, she's achieved what she set out to do, but at what cost? Her phone buzzes again, an incoming call from the nanny. She hesitates before answering. "Yes? Luke's asking for you again," the nanny says, her voice tinged with concern. Sarah's heart sinks. She hangs up, staring at the phone in her hand. The realization is a painful one. She's been so focused on her career, on her success, that she's forgotten what truly matters. Lily's fever has worsened. The dishwasher sits beside her bed, his hand on her forehead, watching her as she sleeps fitfully. Her breath is shallow, her face flushed. He's tried everything he can think of: medicine, tea, cool cloths for her forehead, but nothing is working. His heart aches at the sight of her, so small and fragile. He pulls out his phone, staring at it, then scrolling through his contacts. He stops at Sarah's name. He's never asked for help before. He's never been the kind of man to admit when he's struggling. But this time, it's different. "Sarah," he whispers into the phone when she picks up. "It's Lily. She's sick. I need help." Sarah's voice softens on the other end. "I'm coming over," she says, her tone serious. The dishwasher's hand tightens around the phone. "I don't know what to do. I've tried everything." "You're not alone in this," she reassures him. "I'll be there soon." He hangs up and sits in silence, the weight of his decision settling on him. He's not used to relying on others, but tonight, he doesn't know where else to turn. Sarah arrives at the apartment just as the dishwasher is gently wiping Lily's forehead with a damp cloth. He looks up, his eyes tired, his face drawn. The light from the hallway spills into the room, casting a soft glow over the small space. Sarah stands in the doorway, her expression softening as she takes in the scene. She steps inside quietly, hesitant, unsure of her place in this intimate moment. "Is she okay?" Sarah asks gently, her eyes flicking to Lily, who is still sleeping but looks pale and fragile. The dishwasher shakes his head. "I don't know. I've done everything I can. It's just, she's not getting any better." He watches Sarah step closer, her gaze lingering on Lily before meeting his eyes. For a moment there's silence. The weight of the situation hangs heavily in the air between them. "Maybe we should take her to the doctor," Sarah suggests softly. moving toward the small table where the dishwasher has been keeping track of Lily's symptoms. He hesitates, feeling the sting of pride mixed with uncertainty. I don't have the money. I've been trying to save, but it's never enough. I thought I could handle it on my own. Sarah places a hand on his shoulder, her touch gentle but firm. You don't have to do this alone anymore. I can help. You don't have to carry this burden by yourself. The dishwasher's chest tightens. He's not used to this, to people offering help so freely without strings attached. He wants to refuse, to keep the weight on his own shoulders, but something in Sarah's eyes stops him. Thank you, he whispers, feeling a flood of emotion. For the first time, he allows himself to believe in the possibility of help. As Sarah stands by the window, watching the darkening sky, the dishwasher quietly steps toward the old, dusty piano in the corner of the room. He hesitates for a moment, his fingers lingering just above the keys. It's been years since he's played. His hands too worn from years of hard work to touch something so delicate, so personal. But tonight, the weight of everything presses on him, and he feels the pull to play, to express something he hasn't allowed himself to feel for so long. He sits down on the bench, his fingers brushing across the keys, tentative at first. The notes fill the room, simple and slow, like a memory he's just now allowing to surface. Sarah turns, drawn by the soft sound of the piano. She watches him, her expression shifting from surprise to something deeper. He's not just the dishwasher. He's a man who's carried a quiet talent for so long, one that has been hidden behind the weight of life's struggles. He plays with more confidence now, the melody flowing from his fingertips as the music swells. It's a song he hasn't played in years, one he learned as a boy but had long since abandoned. The music is rough, not perfect, but full of raw emotion, the kind of emotion he's never allowed himself to show. Sarah steps closer, her eyes locked on him as he plays, her heart swelling with something she can't quite place. She's never seen him like this before. Vulnerable, open, his talent filling the room like a breath of fresh air. When the song ends, he looks up at her, his hands still resting on the keys. He doesn't speak for a long moment, letting the silence hang between them. Then softly he says, I used to play a lot. Before everything changed. Sarah takes a step closer, her voice gentle. It's beautiful, she says quietly, her words full of admiration. For the first time, the dishwasher feels seen, not for what he does, but for who he is. And in that moment, something shifts between them. The walls that had separated them are no longer as solid, no longer as insurmountable. He's not just the dishwasher. He's someone with depth, with dreams, with a life that's far more than the work he does. And in that moment, Sarah realizes that there's more to him than she ever imagined. The evening falls heavy around them, the apartment dimly lit by the soft light of a single lamp. The dishwasher sits at the edge of the couch, his hands folded in his lap, his gaze distant. Lily is asleep in the next room, her breath shallow but steady. The soft sound of her coughing earlier still echoes in his mind. He's been trying to hold it together, day after day, scraping by, hoping for something better. But it's getting harder. The weight of it all, the constant worry about her health, about the future, is crushing him. His phone buzzes on the table and he glances at it. It's Frank from the auto shop again. The same offer still on the table. A second shift job in another city. More money, more stability. But it comes with a price he's not sure he's willing to pay. He picks up the phone, his thumb hovering over the screen. I need time, he texts, his words slow, deliberate. He doesn't know what to do. He can't leave Lily behind, not when she's sick. But he also knows he can't keep going like this. His mind is a storm of conflicting thoughts when Sarah's message pops up on his screen. I'm here if you need someone to talk to. You don't have to carry this alone. He stares at the text for a long moment. It's simple, but it strikes him deeply. She's offering him something he's never had, a lifeline, a chance to share the load, to stop pretending like he can handle everything on his own. But the fear rises in his chest. What if he's asking too much? What if he's too weak to let someone help? The phone vibrates in his hand again, and this time it's a call from Sarah. He answers it, his voice tight. I don't know what to do. I can't leave her. But I can't stay here forever either. I need something more. Something different. Sarah's voice is soft, steady. You don't have to make this decision alone, she says. Whatever you choose, I'll be there to help. His heart tightens, the uncertainty still weighing heavily on him. But for the first time, he doesn't feel so alone. The decision hangs in the air like a heavy fog. The dishwasher stares at the offer in front of him. The second shift job in the distant city. It promises better pay, better hours, a chance for a future that doesn't feel like an endless struggle. But it also means leaving Lily behind, abandoning the life he's spent so long trying to build for her. He paces the small living room, running a hand through his hair, his mind spinning. He wants more for Lily. He wants her to have everything he never had, to grow up without the weight of struggle hanging over her. But he's never been one to put his own needs first. The thought of leaving her feels like a betrayal, a failure as a father. The phone buzzes again. It's Sarah, a reminder of the support she's offered, the lifeline she's extended to him. He knows she's right. He doesn't have to do this alone. But the fear, the guilt, the weight of his choices, it's all too much. He picks up the phone and calls Frank, his fingers trembling as he dials. I'm in, he says when the call connects. I'll take the job. The words feel heavy on his tongue, like a confession he's not sure he's ready to make. But it's done now. He's made the choice. And though the guilt gnaws at him, he tells himself it's the right thing to do. The dishwasher stands at the edge of his small apartment, staring out the window at the city skyline. The decision has been made. He's going to leave. He's going to take the job, move to a new city, and try to build a better future for himself and Lily. But even as he tells himself this is the right thing to do, doubt lingers in the pit of his stomach. Sarah's words echo in his mind, the promise of support, the offer of help. He's never had that before. He's never let anyone in, never allowed himself to rely on anyone. It's always been about survival, about keeping his head above water no matter the cost. But now something has changed. He doesn't have to carry this burden alone. He turns as Sarah walks into the room, her presence filling the space between them. I've made the decision, he says, his voice quiet, unsure. I'm leaving. Sarah nods, her gaze steady and kind. I know, and I'll be here to help. Whatever you need. He looks at her, and for the first time, he feels a sense of clarity. This isn't just about a job, a new city. It's about finding a way forward, together. The future is still uncertain, still filled with fear and doubt. But for the first time in a long time, he feels like he's not facing it alone. The day of the move arrives, and the apartment feels emptier than it did before. The boxes are packed, the memories of their time here already starting to fade into the background. Lily is excited, her energy infectious as she runs around, her small suitcase in hand, ready for the next adventure. The dishwasher stands at the door, watching her with a mixture of pride and sadness. This move, this new beginning, is for her. He knows that. But leaving behind the life they've known, leaving behind the small, simple moments they've shared, is harder than he thought it would be. Sarah arrives just as they're about to leave, her car loaded with the last of the boxes. She smiles as she sees them, her presence a reminder that they don't have to face this alone. I'm here, she says softly, offering her support without hesitation. The dishwasher nods, a weight lifting from his shoulders. For the first time in a long time, he feels like the road ahead is full of possibilities. It won't be easy, it won't be perfect, but it will be theirs, and that, he realizes, is enough. The dishwasher drives through the streets of the new city, the skyline growing larger as they approach their new home. Lily is asleep in the back seat, her head resting against the window, her small hand clutching the stuffed bear she's had since she was a toddler. The road stretches ahead, unfamiliar and full of uncertainty, but there's a quiet excitement building in his chest. For the first time in a long time, he feels a flicker of hope. The apartment is small but bright. It has a window that looks out over the city, a small kitchen, and just enough space for the two of them to start fresh. He places the last of the boxes down, his hands sore from carrying them in. But he doesn't mind. There's a feeling in the air, an energy that's different from the weight of the old apartment, of the life they've left behind. It's a feeling of newness, of possibility. Lily wakes up and looks around, her eyes wide with curiosity. "Is this our new home, Daddy?" He kneels beside her, smiling. "Yes, sweetheart. This is our new home." She beams, excited by the change, by the adventure. He sees the trust in her eyes, the same trust she's always had in him, the same trust that's carried him through all of it. Sarah calls later, checking in as promised. "How's the move going?" she asks, her voice calm and steady. A familiar comfort after everything they've been through. "It's going well," he replies. "It feels right. It feels like we're finally moving forward." He means it. For the first time, he feels like they're not just surviving. They're living. And with Sarah's help, with the support they've found in each other, he knows that they're going to be okay. The future may still be uncertain, but for the first time, he's not afraid. The dishwasher stands by the window, watching the sun set over the city, the sky painted with shades of orange and pink. It's quiet here. No more clattering dishes, no more late-night shifts that steal precious moments with Lily. This is a new beginning, a chance to build something they can be proud of, something more than just survival. He looks over at Lily, who's sitting on the couch, her feet propped up, reading a book. Her face is lit with the soft glow of the evening light, her innocence still unbroken by the world around her. He feels a deep sense of peace settle in his chest as he watches her. This is why he's done it all. This is why he's kept going, even when it felt impossible. Sarah visits a few days later, bringing over a basket of groceries, a simple gesture of friendship. She sits with them at the small kitchen table, talking about her own life, her own struggles, and the connections they've forged through their shared experiences. The conversation is easy, the laughter genuine. As the evening draws to a close, Sarah offers him a soft smile. "You've come a long way," she says, her words not just praise but recognition. "You and Lily both." The dishwasher smiles back, his heart full. "It's not just me anymore," he says. "It's all of us." And for the first time in a long time, he believes it. This family, this life they're building, it's theirs. They're no longer bound by the past, by the mistakes, by the struggles. They're free to move forward, to create the life they've always deserved. A few weeks pass, and the dishwasher and Lily settle into their new routine. The new job is challenging, but it offers the opportunity for growth, for advancement. The apartment feels like home now, the walls filled with their things, their memories. Lily's room is filled with toys, drawings, and the laughter that fills their days. One evening, as the three of them sit together, sharing a simple meal, the dishwasher looks around the room at Sarah and Lily. It's not a traditional family, but it's a family all the same. The kind that's been built through choice, through shared experiences, through the willingness to be vulnerable and to trust each other. "This is real," he says quietly, the words settling between them. "This is what it's all been for." Sarah nods, her eyes soft with understanding. "We've all found our place." And for the first time, the dishwasher feels truly at peace. He's not alone anymore. They've created something beautiful, something lasting. The future is still uncertain, still filled with challenges, but it doesn't feel like something to fear anymore. It's something to embrace. The dishwasher stands at the window once again, looking out over the city. The streets are quieter now, the chaos of the world outside fading into the background. Inside, his family is settling into their new life. Lily is drawing at the table, her concentration absolute. Sarah is making tea in the kitchen, humming softly to herself. For a long time, he thought he was alone in the world. He thought he had to carry the weight of everything on his own. But now, looking at them, he knows that he doesn't. The doorbell rings and he turns to see Sarah bringing in groceries, her arms full of bags. She looks over at him and smiles, that same quiet support in her eyes. They've come a long way, and though the road ahead may still have its challenges, they'll face it together. Lily looks up at him from the table, her face lighting up as she holds up a drawing of the three of them. "Look, Daddy, we're all together!" The dishwasher smiles, his heart swelling with emotion. He walks over, kneeling beside her as he takes the picture. Together, they've found their place in the world, not defined by the struggle but by the love that binds them. The family they've chosen is more than enough, and for the first time he knows that no matter what the future holds, they'll face it together.